Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of my vlog, videotaped back to back with episode number 1. So, figured, hey, we already broke the dam, the juices are flowing. Maybe let's knock out a couple episodes. We'll see how many we do on this Sunday afternoon. But I wanted to make episode number 2 about one of my favorite hobbies, and it may be a little bit over, um, what's oversold at the moment. It's kind of like CrossFit or um, some of the other hobbies where it's like, okay, we get it. You hear about it from all different people, but I just wanted to give my take on why you might consider starting to train Jiu-Jitsu, or for that matter, any other combat sport. And so I jotted down 3 reasons I think you might want to consider this as taking this up as a hobby, or at least investing some period of time into it. Training in one of these sports for 3 to 6 months to at least kind of have that notch in your belt, or having something you do monthly or quarterly, so that it's something you're just exposed to. So again, this is my video on jiu-jitsu, or for that matter, combat sports. Why I think you might want to consider doing it, and here's my 3 reasons why. So, reason number 1 is fitness, right? So I think fitness is one of those billion-dollar industries. There's all types of there's different facilities and supplements and gizmos and pieces of equipment that you can buy, and rightly so. I mean, I think we can all agree that a really important piece of hardware or equipment for us is our own body, right? And I think we're all looking for ways to optimize it or improve our physical abilities or physical fitness, just so we feel better, or can be more effective in our jobs, more energy throughout the day, better partners in our relationship, all of these things, or just to look good and feel good. I know I'm definitely not where I want to be physically, but I think it's an area of life that I prioritize, and am trying to get better on. And so, all that being said, I think a hobby like jujitsu, or any grappling, or a combat sport like kickboxing, boxing, I think these are ways to kind of trick yourself into fitness, right? It's fun. It's your friends are there. You're learning something, and you show up. You break a sweat. You work your muscles out. And I know I've seen a lot of success stories of people who lost a bunch of weight, or they've put on some muscle because they started training in one of these sports. So I think first and foremost, if you're feeling like your fitness game isn't locked in, it's something definitely worth checking out. Reason number 2 that I jotted down was self-defense, right? So I think we all navigate through, or not all, most of us navigate through the world in a very peaceful and friendly way, and try to avoid scenarios where we'd ever be in any kind of altercation or confrontation, or anything along those lines. And I think that's the proper way to live. And I think violence is something to be avoided if at all possible. Speaking a little off the cuff here, but all that being said, I think it's better to be equipped to defend yourself and never need to use it. And this is a pretty common notion. I think there's like a quote, like, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war, something like that. So again, not to get apocalyptic or crazy paranoid, but hey, if you're out with loved ones or by yourself, if you're ever in a scenario where you'd have to physically defend yourself from someone trying to do you harm, I happen to think it's a good idea to have those tools in place ahead of time. And one way to do that is training in a combat sport. Again, whether that's boxing, kickboxing, And then just the sport I happen to do is wrestling slash grappling. So number two was self-defense. And then lastly, my third reason that I would advocate or encourage pretty much anyone, all walks of life, any ages, any physical abilities to begin this hobby if it's feasible for you is the community aspect. So I've been really lucky. I train over at Ivan Salivary MMA in South Lake Union in Seattle, and there's a great community there, a great cross section of people, right? People from the tech industry, people from the construction industry, you know, middle-aged women, young athlete, young men with, you know, super athletic young men. So all different walks of life in it, and just the nature of the sport. Yeah, it brings together people and it creates a really good sense of community. And on top of that, so on top of just the gym community that you'd be a part of, there's also like kind of the greater sort of network of the grappling and jiu-jitsu sport world, where if you ever move to a new city or if you're ever traveling or things like that, it's a really easy network to be able to tap into, right? You know, we visited Boise a few months back, and boom, we went and trained at a local gym, met a bunch of really great people. It's just an instant in to locals. And so again, if you're moving towns or if you're traveling, or anything like that, it's a great community. So those are kind of my three reasons why I would advocate anyone, if it's feasible, to pick this up as a hobby, jiu-jitsu or grappling, or again, I'm sure this would translate into other combat sports. And you know, I think it's probably similar to some other activities, but there's just this unique trifecta. Whereas like, hey, CrossFit, I think it has that fitness and that community aspect, and you're going to be more equipped to defend yourself if you're fit and strong and athletic and all that. But you're not necessarily sharpening those self-defense skills. And so anyhow, that's my take on the matter. And let me know what you guys think. And that being said, have a great afternoon, great evening, and I'll talk to you guys later.